Hi friends, this is Selvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about how to create VLANs in a Fortinet firewall. For that, the Fortinet firewall I connected two ports. So the port one I used as a management port, which is connected to the GNS3 VM cloud. So my cloud IP is in a same subnet 84.subnet. So this port one I assigned the IP 192.168.84.52, and port 2 of this FortiGate firewall I connected to a non-manageable switch. So this is port 0 and port 1. So this particular port I configured as a trunk port, and this port is an access port which is in VLAN 10. So this is the thing I configured. 0 is in trunk port, okay, and this first port I configured in VLAN 10 which is in access port, okay. So to that access port I connected PC. This IP is 10.2 and the gateway is 10.1. For that gateway I'm going to configure in this port 2. Okay, let us go to the configuration and let us create the VLAN 10. Just like a Cisco switch, we'll create a logical VLAN, then we'll assign the IP, right? Similar way, I have to create the logical interface, then I have to assign the IP address. Okay, so let us go to the configuration. So let us view the configuration. Show system interface port 1. So this port 1 is nothing but the management port. So now I'm going to create the logical interface for VLAN 10 and I'm going to assign this IP. So go to the configuration mode, config system interface, okay. Then I have to create the VDOM. VDOM is nothing but a virtual domain, is nothing but a creating a virtual instance, okay. For that particular VLAN, I'm creating a virtual instance. So let us now first create a VLAN, edit VLAN 10. So automatically you can see the new entry VLAN 10 is added. So now I created the VLAN 10 as a name. Now I'm going to set a virtual domain. So virtual domain, just name it as root, just like this configuration, okay. Then let us create a VLAN ID. Set VLAN ID. It VLAN ID is 10, right? So what are things we have done? First we have named the VLAN, then we have created the VLAN ID. Then the third part what you have to do is we have to assign that VLAN to this particular port, port 2, right? So that is set interface, okay. Then we have to assign the port 2, right? So port 2, I am creating VLAN 10, and afterwards I will be assigning the IP address. IP is 10.1. This is a gateway for this particular PC. So set IP 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0. Then I'm going to allow access. So that I'm going to allow ping access. Set allow access ping. Now let us save the configuration. So how to view this configuration is show system interface VLAN 10. So this will show the details what we have configured. It is 10.1 is IP and we have allowed ping access, okay. And what is the port we are assigning is port 2 and the VLAN ID is 10. So these are all these default parameters, okay. So now what I'm going to do is this particular port 2 I connected to a non-manageable switch. So this port is a trunk port, this is an access port. So this particular IP I already assigned. IP address for this particular PC1 is 10.2 and the gateway is 10.1. So now let us do a ping from this PC1 to the gateway, okay. So let us, this is a PC, do a show IP is 10.2 and the gateway is 10.1. Let us ping. So ping 192.168.10.1. So now I'm able to reach the gateway from the PC1 to PC2 to the Fortinet firewall, right? So that gateway, this particular PC1 gateway I configure as Fortinet firewall. That IP is 10.1. So now I'm going to show you the graphical configuration for this. Okay. So I already access 84.52. This already I configured. So now let us directly go to the GUI. So it is prompting for the username and password. So username is admin and the password is fort. Enter. So now it will directly take you to the configuration GUI. So how to access the interfaces? Just click network and click interfaces, okay. So the port 1 is nothing but the management port 84.52. So these are the services we enable: ping, HTTPS and HTTP. This is for accessing GUI. And the second port we have created is port 2 is for VLAN gateway, right? So go to port 2. So port 2 you are seeing a physical interface. So you can or cannot, it is not mandatory you have to assign. So in this particular case, I have not assigned any IP for the physical interface port 2. Instead, under the port 2, I have created a logical interface called VLAN 10. Under VLAN 10, we have created the gateway, right, 10.1, and we have enabled the ping services. Okay. So clicking this, you can see here VLAN 10 and interface port 2, and the role by default assigned as LAN, addressing is manual. These are things. So these all this configuration I have done through CLI. Okay, this is the thing you are seeing in graphical thing. So this is a way we can create the VLAN in a Fortinet firewall. So what are things we have done is, first we have created a config system interface, then we have created a logical VLAN, edit VLAN 10. In that particular thing, I have set the IP and the corresponding port and the VLAN ID. So these are the details we have to provide. Okay, and this is the IP 10.2. For this, the gateway will be 10.1. So this is the way we can create VLANs in Fortinet firewall. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.